Hello and welcome. My name is Nick and I will be your guide for this episode. This is episode number 31 of our Grind for Greatness challenge. We started with every person in the world, bar a few, having zero popularity. Every company having zero popularity. No momentum, no prestige, and we have had to build the wrestling world around us. We are medium-sized. We are the biggest company in the world. And we are about to have the Winter Trials event. This is our annual February show. And it's going to be main evented by the three biggest stars in our company. Arguably the world. World champion, Mr. Kurt Hennig. One of the former world champions, Randy Savage, and another world champion, the most popular man in the world, mostly due to being a movie star, but the wrestling also helps. Roddy Piper, triple threat match for the world title. For the Great Lakes Championship, we have De Niro taking on for former champion Ricky Steamboat and new upstart El Hijo del Santo. We will have Aeroflash, Jushin Thunder Liger taking on the Brainbusters and so much more for you to all enjoy. It should be a blast. I'm really hoping it will be a good, fun show. And you'll see that after I hit the intro. Okay, we are back at Winter Trials. Potentially one of the best cards I think I have ever put on. So I am super excited to see how this card is going to go. Before we get into it, just sets a bit more of the stakes for this Kurt Hennig, Roddy Piper, Randy Savage match. The Final Impact title, the knockout event, is going to be on the line. And I can announce the Final Impact Tag Team Tournament will be taking place next episode. Next TV set of episodes. We're going to be running the Final Impact Tag Tournament with the winners getting their title shot at March of Contenders. And that will be done throughout the rest of this episode. Just thought I should set that up as something we are still planning to do. So we kick off the show. We will have, on the pre-show, a 50-minute long 30-man battle royale. That Atsushi Onita takes the win for, with Bill Anderson as the runner-up. Rick Martel going top 3 is not bad either. Ari Romano was out first, and the Firefly Jr. then Clinton Stott. Then the Moth Wing, who somehow outperformed Firefly Jr. and Clinton Stott, which is just funny. Yeah, not too many massive names or whatnot doing big things here, but enough. Good little match. Samu's going stale, so that's something to remember. And 61 rating is not half bad. As we then go to a 6-way match which Santanico did take the win for. Santanico still putting up amazing ratings, someone who is not on TV anywhere near as much as he deserves to be. He might be my Ilya Dragunov at this point, I think. Got Bob Orton on a 46, Owen Hart on a 47. Good from both men there, actually. Rick Steiner, 43. Yeah, I think this is a good showing from a lot of our debutants recently. Showing why they deserve to be getting bookings. Owen Hart especially. He's 19, I think. Very good from 19-year-old Owen Hart. And Santanico stands out as usual. Okay, let's kick off the show for real now, though, with a 78 rated classic of a match from the Firefly and Stan Hansen. But unhanded tactics get the job done as Stan Hansen defeats the Firefly in 17 minutes 10. Good match to work the crowd. 76 from Stan Hansen, 66 from the Firefly. Good from both of them. Successful creative finish as well. Very, very good. We then go to our tag team title match. Failed creative finish does knock this down a few points probably. But Aeroflash and Justin Liger defeat the Brainbusters one more time. with the shooting star press from Jushin Thunder Liger. Storytelling match for not everyone's specialties, but still very good. 58 from Jushin, 58 from Aeroflash, 61 from Tully, 55 from Arn Anderson. As they finally put away the brainbusters, hopefully for good this time. Aeroflash, Jushin Thunder Liger are done with them and can move on to the tournament, and which will have to make up to 3 defenses in a row. Big stakes for them. Then a 72 rated triple threat match, which sees El Hijo del Santo defeat Tenryu and Ricky Steamboat in a triple threat. When El Hijo del Santo defeated Ricky Steamboat, or submitted Ricky Steamboat, El Hijo del Santo is our new Great Lakes champion. We really are pushing El Hijo del Santo to the moon. If it's not obvious enough, we are doing a lot to push Santo around. And he is showing why. He is still somewhat new to wrestling, still very new to North America, and getting a 63 rating. Tenryu a 72 and Steamboat a 75. All phenomenal scores. I don't know what really to do with these two guys going forward now, because damn, they're clearly main event quality in the ring. It's just slowly trying to get them to main event quality, popularity-wise. But they are definitely getting there. And Steamboat for 75 is insane. That is the scores that we're seeing from some of our top main eventers, like a Santanico, like a Stan Hansen, like Roddy Piper most of the time. Only really Bret and Kurt can consistently get above that. Speaking of Bret Hart, sorry, Terry Funk got an 80. I take it all back. Terry Funk can join them as well. 80 from Terry Funk, 74 from Bret Hart. Failed creative finish, absolutely crushed the rating of what should have been a way higher rated match. Super good from these two guys, as Terry Funk defeats Bret Hart with a handful of tights after the pile driver. Terry Funk doing good work as per usual. I don't think this feud is going to be finished. They are 1-1 this year, but they are definitely building up. And now we can go to our main event. Hot crowd. And we have Roddy Piper, Randy Savage, and Kurt Hennig in an 81 rated match. And your winner, scoring an 83 as well. Kurt Hennig defeats Roddy Piper and Randy Savage when Kurt Hennig pins Randy Savage. His 5th defense of the World Championship. He is now the winner of the Final Impact event. Kurt Hennig is just a winner. That is what the man does. Phenomenal from Kurt Hennig. 83. 80 from Randy Savage, and an off his game Roddy Piper is 75. Very, very good. And a 79 overall rating for the show. So close to the 80. But very, very good nonetheless. 3 top matches being 81, 78, and 72. We've got to be happy with that, do we not? Roddy Piper, you are a good... praised was a good example. Pointed out as a good example. Randy Savage commented on a good performance. And then who else do we want to give our credit to? Ricky Steamboat. Told that they are awesome. Seemed pleased, was pleased, seemed pleased. That is fine with me. Earning nearly 700k on the show is insane. 400k on the ticket sales, 135 on the merchandise. Ridiculous. And popularity-wise, everywhere bar New England for some reason has gained a point, as I think we have deserved from such amazing show. Any comment on Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson winning Tag Team of the Year? Good choice, 100%. Off night the Barbarian had. He had an off night? Okay. I'm sure it was a one-off. Rusev had Tag Team of the Year. Yeah, okay. Given up by some random website. Ricky Morton didn't like that. Oh, Robert Gibson. Oops. My bad. Shane Douglas, very happy with life at FEW. Great backstage atmosphere. Steve Armstrong, Shawn Michaels do not like each other. They do not. As long as they remain professional, I am fine. Steven Regal likes it. I was annoyed at life. People are unhappy for sometimes. Nature of the business. Child success. Huge success. Yes, it very much was. And that is the end of Winter Trials. Nothing, I think, too groundbreaking with the show, but in fact, El Hijo del Santo is your new Great Lakes champion. Hopefully aiming to have a bit of a longer run than Ricky Steamboat and Junichiro Teniro, who both only had a month. Then as Rick Martel had a couple of weeks, maybe. Samu had a decent run. So we're probably looking to try and aim to match out with where Samu was. But he has done very well since his debut. Very much, I think, the best prospect we've had from that class. Road Warrior Animal. Stern warning. I'm going to ask these guys will get off steroids. Joke-free tests. 13,000. Oh, my lord. That's a lot of... I'm saying that's a lot of money. We actually have 4 million in the bank. I can't seem to, complain too much. Blue Glue 6 Owen Hart's pretty good in the ring. I agree. What's this? This can't be good, can it? They're building a clique in the back in the backstage. A clique cannot be a good thing, right? I mean, I'm happy that Rick Rude and stuff are, happy with what they're doing. But, that is concerning. I wonder what a click actually... Do you think the guy would tell me what a click actually means? Did I spell it wrong? I may have spelt it wrong. No, C-L-I-Q-E. It does not know. That is unhelpful, I think. Cool. I will be worried about that for a while, but it should be fine, probably. That's off the episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed thus far. I'll be back, hopefully sometime soon. For you, it will only be one cut away, and I'll see you now after said cut. Hello, and welcome back to, I think, our first TV taping of the episode. Second show, first TV taping. I think that is right. It may have slightly been a week since I last recorded. Maybe more. I think more. I'm definitely a bit out of sorts with what's been happening and where I'm up to. I think we've got a random tile defense for Hijo del Santo. We've got a 10-man battle royale where the winner will face Kurt Hennig at March of Contenders. And we are kicking off our tag team tournament in order to crown our winners of the Final Impact Tag Tournament. Last time it was won, I think last year? Yeah, it was won last year by Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard of the Brain Busters. Of course, the tag titles are on the line in every single match the champions are in. Not on the cut tonight, as we will have 2 tag team fatal 4-way matches to determine the final 2 entrants. Honestly, I don't remember what teams have automatically qualified. The Brainbusters are definitely one of them. Jushin Thunder Liger and Aerostar are one of them. If I go through previous champions, that might remind me. Onita and Cactus Jack are one of them. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson. They're one of them. Rock and Roll Express. I think Sudden Impact and Brad Armstrong and Brunzell are one of them. And there is another one I think might have been the Wild Hunt. They might be one of the qualifiers, might be someone else. I guess you'll find out later in the episode, where I also find out and check my notes, because I forgot to open them open before I started recording. I'm really prepared for tonight and all. Yeah, people are unhappy with the 10-man Battle Royale, and that's really what happens when you do number one contender matches with notable names. Anyone absent out? Still, Jesse Ventura is out filming till like the end of this year. My man is filming for like, I think 15 months. At least his scandal will have gone away by the time he gets back. Unbelievable. Okay, let's kick off the show. I've done my ramble for a while. Start the show. Thank you, Gabe. There we go. Bret Hart comes down to the ring and he says last week was not good enough from him. He is the embodiment of excellence, and he didn't show that. He's better than Terry Funk. He's better than Stan Hansen. He is damn better than Roddy Piper or Kurt Hennig, who he is going to take that belt off. Terry Funk may have beaten him at Winter Trials, but he will get his revenge. He's going to eliminate him from the Battle Royale tonight. He's going to beat Kurt Hennig at March of Contenders. And he is going to become world champion once again. Needs to be scripted. I need to make a list of who needs to be scripted and who doesn't, because I forgot Bret Hart needs scripted promos. That's fine. Bret Hart calling out just all the top heels in the company. Yeah, he is one of the members who is meant to be part of the 10-man Battle Royale tonight, alongside the other men he mentioned. Could he bounce back from the Terry Funk loss that fast? Have to wait and see. We then go to our first match of the night. It is the Firefly taking on Samu, and the Firefly defeats Samu with a lights out kick. The Firefly can't seem to get it done on pay-per-view, but he damn sure can beat the Wild Hunt on elevation. Lights out kick to the back of Samu's head. Firefly got 56, which is actually, I think, getting into a stage where it's a bit low for the Firefly. No one does a little bit better than that. Samu at 54 is pretty on brand for him. And this is a match with kind of neither of them using their specialties or whatnot. And a 67 rating is not a bad way to kick off the matches of the show. As we then go into our two really crappy matches, which is our tag team Fatal 4-Ways. Dear Lord, this was bad. Yeah, no one probably cared, because no one in this match is over. This is like 4 of our least popular tag teams in the company. But it was won by the Malenko brothers, who defeat the Armstrongs, the Heavenly Bodies, and Firefly Jr. and Clinton Stott, when Dean Malenko submitted Firefly Jr. Any stand-up performance, Dean Malenko 52 is still very good. We are yet to do anything with him or make any plans to do anything with him, really, but he has actually been performing quite well. Tom Pritchard of 45. I should not be getting happy about 45 ratings, to be honest, but they're doing okay. Firefly Jr. 39 is not bad for someone who is still very young and developing. And both the Armstrongs in the high 30s, still young and developing, so I'm not too stressed about any person performance, particularly in this match. We then go to our second qualifying match. And this match is even worse. Murph Fortune, Ari Romano, the Road Warriors, the Bushwhackers, Bob Orton Jr. and Davey Boy Smith all in this match. A bit of a thrown together tag team between Bob Orton Jr. and Davey Boy Smith. Don't think they've got no chemistry to note between them. Just to kind of get them on the card and doing things. This match is just terrible. No one stands out here. Bob Orton Jr. 44 is actually not bad for someone who's still fairly unpopular and building their way up in the company. The Road Warriors are doing well and on a roll. Just had a very notable loss to the Brainbusters, but they bounce back. They're now in the tournament and hopefully going to do pretty well. Bushwhackers, jobbers we brought in from New Zealand. I had pretty high hopes of them, and then they've kind of just been bad. And the fact that Butch Miller is still injured and I've just forced him to wrestle is not helping. Aramana and Mer Fortune are a tag team I think we got when he bought the New Zealand company, or Australian company. And they're also just bad still, so I don't know. Ari does the job well. Merv, I should have cut a while ago and really do need to cut. He's not doing anything. Davey Boy Smith was the worst in the match, but again, still very young and developing, so I'm not worried about it all too much. And this is a brawl, which I don't think is a specialty. I think that's fine. We then go to another segment with Bret Hart, and he's seen warming up, ready for his Battle Royale tonight. While he is backstage, he is ambushed by Stan Hansen, who picks him up and chucks him against the locker. And as Bret Hart starts to get back to his feet, he's taken down by another stiff right hand. Stan Hansen beating up Bret Hart for the comments early in the night. Randy Savage runs in to make the save and is always down to take out Stan Hansen before Roddy Piper, after he is going to be blaming Randy Savage for not taking the belt last weekend at Winter Trials, also starts attacking Randy Savage, and all four men continue to brawl until Stan Hansen is a running clothesline through a lot of them, and all four men end the segment going through the locker room wall. All four men are going to be out of the Battle Royale tonight. Yeah, I'm just trying to get them out of the way so I can get a different person to win the match. All four of these men would have been really pissed if they didn't win the Battle Royale. I'm like, cool, they're all not in it. And because I booked them all in it originally, I'm going to get a penalty on the viewership, or on the, crowd rating for this show. My bad, it'll be fine. We then have El Hijo del Santo versus Tully Blanchard, in which a match that was... This show is cursed. 52 rated match. Santo has one of his worst matches, I think, since he debuted. Tully Blanchard did terribly as well, because they've got no chemistry and just didn't click at all. Tully was also angry about losing this match, but Santo was on a roll, and we are building up Santo to be a very good face for the company. Arn Anderson runs in and makes the attack on Santo, but just isn't enough, as Santo makes his first defense of the Great Lakes Championship. Oh, move on. Dear Lord, nothing on the show is going well, is it? There we go. This is our Battle Royale, and this goes well. 75 rated match, in which Ricky Steamboat wins last, eliminating Santanico. He may have lost his Great Lakes Championship and didn't reclaim it on the rematch, but he has now won a Battle Royale to become number one contender over Terry Funk, over Santanico, over Rick Rude, Arrow Flash, Atsushi Onita. It was a very good night for the Dragon, as he goes face to face with Kurt Hennig as we close out the show. Ricky Steamboat, Kurt Hennig, 1-on-1 at March of Contenders. Yeah, we got penalized for not adding the pre-booking match, but we still got a 70 overall for the show. So maybe not as bad as I thought it was going throughout the night. Any major locker incidents? Nothing. That is good to see. And I will see you guys back in just 1 second once I have booked the next taping of Elevation. See you all just after the cut. Okay, our second TV taping of the episode is here. It is Elevation number 57, and we have some stinkers of a match card for you. This match card is going to be, if we get a single match above 65, I think I'll be happy. I think Tenero Jack Armstrong will do it. I think that's the only match that will do it. Yeah, this match card is not particularly great, but it's fine. It should go okay, because I think the segments should be very good is the idea. We'll be carried by that. This one was only a 60. Okay, so maybe not that good. Ricky Steamboat opens up the show, and he thanks the fans for their support in his short time here at Firefly Wrestling. He's already a former Great Lakes champion, much like Curt Hennig was. And much like Curt, he's going to go on to win the big one. Just this time, it won't take him a year of attempts like it did for Curt. Ricky is ready for Mr. Perfect, because it doesn't matter how smooth he is, how good he is in the ring, the Dragon's Fire will catch up to him eventually. Curt Hennig walks down to the ring, and he's about to go off on Ricky, but he's interrupted by Satanico, who claims he was cheated out of the win. Satanico was the rightful winner. He would have won, but he was too busy making sure Terry Funk was eliminated. And Ricky came up behind and threw him out. That's not fair play. That's a cheat. Satanico was a former world champion, and he should be getting his shot at the world title. So next week, he wants to challenge Ricky Steamboat for his world title shot. In the main event, next week on Elevation, it's going to be Satanico and Ricky Steamboat one-on-one. Winner gets the match at March of Contenders. In another fairly poor match, we have Rick Rude, Owen Hart defeating El Hijo del Santo and Tito Santana when Owen Hart submits Tito Santana, which will earn Owen Hart a shot at El Hijo del Santo. 46 for Owen Hart, very good. 60 from Rick Rude is fantastic for him. 40 from Tito Santana's debut, not bad. And 72 for Santo. Santo is the real deal. I'm so high on Santo right now. I mean, yeah, that is fantastic. You saw how much worse he got when he was paired up against Tully Blanchard last week. Santo is the real deal, and he is just going to take over this company. Standing over for for Tito Santana, whatever. I'm not super bought into him, but he's a good warm body to have in the company doing things. And yeah, El Hijo del Santo on a roll. Hopefully, yeah, can get himself more over. I know it's a loss, but if we can get him to the point where fans won't ping his matches for not caring about him, then we're in a great spot for him. We then have, okay, got above 65. It got above a 65. Didn't reach 70, but it was fine. Oh, this is supposed to be a technical masterclass. I don't think I remembered to make a technical masterclass. Dang. But Tenero does defeat Jack Armstrong, I think, one more time. I don't think this is their first match they've had together. Tenero a 61, Jack Armstrong a 56. Not too bad from either of them. And Tenero continues on his winning ways. He may have lost his title, but he is not down and out. He is still on a roll, still one of the best workers in the company. We then go to a 59 rated tag team match, kicking off our final Impact Tag Team Tournament. Aeroflash and Jushin Liger defeat the Malenko brothers in 13 minutes 07, pinning Joe Malenko with the Liger suplex, and is their fourth defense of the belts. High 50s from the champs, mid 40s from the challengers. Not bad overall, but could have been a little bit better, I think. Jushin Liger and Aeroflash still putting on solid matches, still are champions as they make it to semi-finals, where they will face the winners of the next tournament match, which is coming up, I think, after this promo. Terry Funk gets an 89 rated promo. Yep, okay, I remember why Terry Funk is a 3-time world champion. The most times any man has been world champion in Firefly Wrestling. Terry Funk is backstage. He's ranting and raving. He lost last week. He should have won. He was a better man. He's the veteran presence. He deserves it all. You know, this was all Brett's fault. I should have won. I was too worried he would come and attack me from behind. He got himself attacked by Stan Hansen to put me off my game. I need to get my revenge. He has it coming. Terry Funk is going madder and madder as time goes on. The veteran presence in the locker room is not quite as put together as he once was. Then, this actually goes 6-7 as well. This was a good match. Atsushi Onita and Cactus Jack taking on the Faces of Fear. I really expected Haku to drag the match down too much. He got a 44, which isn't great, but it didn't tank the match, as the Barbarian gets 62 to kind of cover off the weakness from Haku. The Barbarian is doing very good. Cactus Jack 58, Onita 54. Cactus Jack being a better wrestler than Onita already is just depressing for Onita, but Cactus Jack is very good. Onita pins Haku, and they will advance to take on the champs in 2 weeks' time in the semi-finals. Should be a good match between them. And then in our final match of the night, I wanted to get people off the card, and this match happened. It wasn't good. 55 rated match, carried by the Firefly and dragged down by his younger cousin, I think it is, the Mothwing, who got a 22. Yeah, this match, again, is a match that happened. The Firefly pins Davey Boy Smith, and we can move along into our final segment of the night and our best segment of the night. Roddy Piper comes down to the ring. He gets on the mic and he blames Randy Savage for costing him the world title, costing him the chance last week of getting back at the world title. Randy Savage was behind him. He has beaten that low-life madman on the bigger stages, and it should be over. Randy Savage comes down and tells Roddy Piper he holds grudges, and Roddy knows this. He may have lost at Crown and Glory, but he'll get his win back one day. And maybe, if Roddy isn't a coward, it will be at March of Contenders, challenging Roddy Piper to one more match between the pair. But Roddy apologizes, and he says you have more than one enemy to deal with, as Stan Hansen runs in the ring and starts attacking Savage. Both men laid in as the Firefly makes the save. The Firefly, Randy Savage, stand tall in the middle of the ring, staring down Stan Hansen and Roddy Piper on the outside. Good ending. 64, not great, and we've lost popularity in one region. Yeah, this was a bad show. I need more marquee matches on the show. But an 89 promo. Sorry, 81 was not the best match. Yeah, 89 promo for Terry Funk. 81 from the Roddy Piper segment. The angles did carry us a lot, I think. 79 ticket sales. We've really got 5k in the bank. We're doing very good financially. We haven't dropped a popularity point in the Southwest, which is good. And we've gained elsewhere. Slowly making up popularity. I'm going to check what the next size actually entails from us. I think it's like a massive jump from where we are to memory. Thank you guys all for watching along so far. I think I'm rambling and raving a bit more than I usually do, and this episode's going to be a bit longer than our normal ones. But a lot of you guys are sticking with it, and I really do appreciate that a whole lot. I like where it's going. We have our final stand tournament for the tag team division. Trying to get all the tag teams a bit more over because they're all unimportant. So I've got to make sure like the bracket's booked in a way that none of the matches should get pinged for everyone being unimportant. I don't think we'll have that issue, but it's still somewhat on the cusp of a couple of matches. It's pushing it a bit. Oh, that's bad. Stan Hansen's been involved in an incident. He abuses painkillers by the FFW testing policy. We're going to give him a slap on the wrist. Oh, it's giving him a small negative impact. Oh, that's also not good. We're doing a lot of building up with Stan Hansen. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of drug testing, trying to get all the drugs out. Ricky Morton doesn't connect with the fans. We should probably write him off by Pat Patterson. So that's funny. Hey, Pat, what are you? You are a road agent. You no popularity to speak of. You're definitely charismatic. We could bring you in to do some other roles, but you're not exactly that much. Yeah, I don't know if I could make the case. You really get to make that claim, Pat. Thank you. Cactus Jack and the Barbarian have been on a bit of a grueling schedule. So let's take them off house shows quickly. You guys see a bit of the back end kind of stuff we've been doing. Where are our house show schedule? Cactus Jack, you can come off house shows, and the Barbarian, wherever he is, can also get off house show duty, using it to try and build up popularity in other regions as well. Keep ourselves somewhat over around the rest of the world. A lot of people are picking up morale issues, but that's because they're losing, so that's their fault. Trying to think, anything else we wanted to do? Yes, size. Yeah, to achieve big, we need 77 in at least 5 mainland regions. So, 77 for Southwest won't be actually anything that hard. That's pretty doable. Not super soon, but it's doable. Northwest 51, doable. South, Mid-South, doable. All of this can be done in the next couple of years. It's going to take a long time to get the Midwest and the Great Lakes up to big. We're going to be a medium size for a while, which is fine and I think somewhat expected. We're not really forced to try and be pushing on to get to big size anytime soon. I think, based on how the challenge works, we've got to be at big size in order to finish the challenge, but we're also probably about 5 years out from being able to do it anyway. So again, no need to stress about that. Again, I don't think we had anything else we need to check all too much right now. I think we're doing pretty well finance-wise. We're doing very, very good. So far, we have made 600k this month, and it is the 7th of the month. We're going to have made bank. We'll see what our tax bill with Venice in the end is, but we're going to have made a lot of money. And that's what I want to do. We want to go check on Stan Hansen and ask him to please stop doing drugs. Stan, please stop the drugs. It's going to kill you. And that is bad. Company status. Talk to the worker. Lifestyle. Physical. Why can't we ask him about his painkillers? Huh. That is interesting. Maybe I've already done it. I might have already done it and just forgotten. If that's the case, that is a shame. No news about it, so not quite sure, but it'll be fine. I've been going through trying to get people to, stop doing the drugs so they'll actually be good in the future. Shawn Michaels was very annoyed. What if we just pay him a bunch of money? We've already paid him so much money, haven't we? He just doesn't like losing is his issue, which is annoying, and I probably should just try and force him to change his personality. We have removed his hard drugs, which typically means that when they're developing, once they develop, they'll lose stamina, and they won't get as much stamina. And we quite like Shawn Michaels having stamina. He can go for really long times and put on crazy good matches, because that's kind of just what Shawn Michaels does. So yeah, we're going to try and make sure we can keep that up with him. He's a really good option as a top guy in the company going forward. So we're going to hopefully have him stay towards top of the card, or move him to top of the card eventually. For now, he's doing his things in the mid card and losing to the Firefly a whole bunch. Yeah, I'm going to jump up, go book the next show, and I will see you in just one sec. It is Elevation number 58, third TV bit of the episode. Yep. Words are hard, English difficult. We have got this and our go home show left on today's episode in our build up to March of Contenders. We've got a Bit of a pre-show match to get people on the card and doing things. Our main event is Santanico and Ricky Steamboat, where the winner faces Kurt Hennig for the world title at March of Contenders, locking in that match. And a few other bits and pieces. Owen Hart is in a title match against El Hijo del Santo for Great Lakes Championship as well. And of course, we are continuing on our final Impact Tag Team Tournament. Sudden Impact versus the Brain Busters, and the Road Warriors take on the Rock and Roll Express. Let's get right into it, shall we? Pre-show 5-man match, where it is won by the Randy Savage pinning Davey Boy Smith with the flying elbow drop. Good performance in this match being Randy Savage, Rick Martel, the Firefly, Aeroflash, all 60 or above. Heel side, not great. The best performer being Steven Regal, who is, I think, 16 still, maybe 17. Shawn Michaels for 40, a bit underwhelming. Same with Davey Boy Smith. But everyone else doing okay and doing their job. Good way to get people all on the card. Rick Martel kind of hasn't been doing anything for a decent while now. Don't have too much for him to do, so this is a good way to get him wrestling and doing things at least. That's a lot of green for a 67 rated show, or promo. We kick off the show with Bret Hart in the ring, and he's calling out Terry Funk. He tells Terry Funk that he's in his head. Terry can't handle the fact that Bret has beat him mentally, and next time in the ring, he'll beat him physically as well. Terry has taken a lot of hard falls in the past, but maybe being eliminated from that Battle Royale finally got the last bit of sanity from his brain. It's time to put this icon out to pasture, and at March of Contenders, Bret Hart and Terry Funk should go one-on-one one more time. Terry Funk rolls in the ring behind Bret, swings him with a steel chair, but he misses. This gives Bret the advantage, and he takes down Terry Funk and locks in the sharpshooter until Terry Funk starts tapping, gets let go, and retreats up the ramp. Bret Hart has the advantage. We will see where this ends up. March of Contenders. Bret Hart, Terry Funk, one-on-one. One more time. We then go, click it again, to our next match on the card. 61 rated match. A bit worse than I was kind of hoping for / expecting, but Brad Armstrong trying to carry it the best ability with a 59 rating. Arn Anderson 52, Tully Blanchard a 48. A bit below Tully Blanchard's normal expectations, but that's fine. It's a storytelling match. A bit hard for some of these guys. Arn Anderson and Brad Armstrong typically look a lot better in these storytelling matches than everyone else does. But Sudden Impact have defeated the Brain Busters, and they move on to the semi-finals, defeating last year's final Impact winners, the man who won the belt in the semi-finals. Our semi-finals currently as Onita and Cactus Jack taking on Aeroflash and Jushin Thunder Liger. And then the winners of this next match taking on Sudden Impact. Oh, not next match after next? Yeah, after this one. My bad. El Hijo del Santo defeats Owen Hart in 10 minutes 21. They go out there, they try and steal the show. Maybe not as good as they could have been. But Santo did very well. Owen Hart did very well. Very much held back by the crowd not caring about them at all. But Santo has made his second defense, this time against Owen Hart. We are trying very hard to trying to get Santo over very quickly, because 72s with like no popularity is a recipe for telling me that he'll be getting 90s by the time he's as popular as Terry Funk and Bret Hart. Santo is putting on just bangers each and every week. We are very happy with Santo right now. And a 56 isn't bad for two no-names. We then have Rick Rude showing up behind him and attacks Santo. Rick Rude, also the team that beat El Hijo del Santo last week on TV, of course, but didn't get the title match because he didn't get the pin. He wants a match with Santo, and that match will be coming I can announce on March of Contenders next episode, Santo versus Rick Rude. Rick Rude, I believe, is a 2-time holder of the Great Lakes Championship, looking to get it one more time. We then have the Rock and Roll Express taking on the Road Warriors, as Ricky Morton pins Road Warrior Animal to get the win. Not great from really anyone here. Robert Gibson, the best performer in the match at a 52. Again, isn't great really. But good chemistry from the Road Warriors helped the match out quite a lot. 54 is okay, but not really the best. But this does mean that our semi-final match is Sudden Impact versus the Rock and Roll Express, rehashing that rivalry from the end of last year. These two teams really cannot escape each other. They go one-on-one to meet whoever wins the semi-final into the finals. Should be somewhat exciting. We then have Roddy Piper and Stan Hansen wandering around backstage together. Roddy thanks Stan for his help last week. He's glad they can both agree they need to dispose of Randy Savage and that neon child that keeps interfering. Of course, referencing my player character, the Firefly. Stan Hansen then thanks him for helping to distract the cameras long enough so his friends could deal with some of the Hunt's problems as they come around the corner and they see laying through some broken tables Atsushi Onita and Cactus Jack. And you see then, as security comes running by, calling for medical. Tonight, we're going to have a second chance tag team 4-way to determine the replacements to Onita and Cactus Jack as they are out of the tournament. And those replacements just so happen to be the team of the Barbarian and Tenero as they defeat the Armstrongs, Heavenly Bodies, and the Malenko Brothers. The Wild Hunt are back in the hunt for the tag team titles, and next week they will face Aeroflash and Jushin Thunder Liger. Tenero a 71, the Barbarian a 53. Not great from the Barbarian, actually. Normally quite a bit better than that. Dean Malenko a 50, not too terrible either. At least Tenero was popular enough that we're not going to get pinged for this match. 66 rated match is actually quite good, depending on all these guys had pretty stinking qualifiers. Yeah, the Barbarian was really off his game, which is fine. He'll bounce back. This is also our way of putting together the tag team of Tenero and the Barbarian, because I think they can do a lot of things as a dominant tag team in the tag team division. No one else really stands out as good or bad. The Armstrong thing got the exact same results they got last time, as they're still very new to the company as well. And then we go to our main event, in which Ricky Steamboat defeats Santanico in 13 minutes 25 by pinfall with a diving cross body. The match was designed so they can go steal the show, and that they did. Kurt Hennig, who was on commentary, tries to get involved, but he accidentally hits Santanico, leading to Ricky Steamboat taking the win. And it'll be Ricky Steamboat, Kurt Hennig. He has disposed of Santanico. 78 for Santanico is very good. 73 from Ricky Steamboat is not half bad either. And a 79 to finish off the show. Gives us a 74 overall. Not our best show, but again, not too shabby for a TV taping. And hopefully, yes, no locker room incidents. As I've got one last TV taping to book for the episode. Well, last TV episode to book for the... TV episode to look for books for the episode. It sounds so wrong, but I think it's grammatically correct. Either way, one more show coming to you this way. The go-home show for March Contenders will be just around the corner. We are at our go-home show for March of Contenders, the last bit of this episode. And we got some fun things taking place, setting some of the larger stories for next episode in motion as well. And because this episode is already pretty going long enough, let's kick it off. Pre-show match, because we needed a storytelling match as Shawn Michaels defeats Dean Malenko. We're going to pour more into Shawn Michaels. He's annoying, he's causing problems, but he has such a comically high upside. It's Shawn Michaels. He's one of the greatest of all time. We could do Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart, and that just sounds funny as all hell. Okay, moving on to the actual show. Game. Thank you. Moving on to the actual show. Roddy Piper and Stan Hansen are in the ring, and Roddy's about to start cutting his normal promo, but Stan Hansen snatches the mic from him. Me and my buddy here are two of the best, if not the two best in this company, and I am tired of pretending otherwise. On Sunday, we'll put those two idiots playing wrestler dress-up. Put away those two idiots playing wrestler dress-up, and I'll then become world champion. Before Roddy Piper can then go back and interject himself in again, the Firefly and Randy Savage come out. We're playing dress-up. You're playing man and dog with little Mr. Piper over there. On Sunday, Randy and I aren't just going to beat the brakes off you. We're going to cement ourselves as the new #1 contenders for the World Championship. We are setting the stakes for this match as whoever wins this tag match, those two become #1 contenders for whoever walks out between Kurt Hennig and Ricky Steamboat. Also, Roddy Piper made me not script the promo, and then it didn't do well without a script. I appreciate you so much, Roddy Piper. But the Firefly did well improvising, so did Stan Hansen, color commentary did well, and we've got the show starting off hot. As we then go into an even better tag team match. The Substitutes, the Wild Hunt, Tenero and the Barbarian defeat Aeroflash and Jushin Thunder Liger in 1309 when Tenero pins Thunder Liger with a folding power bomb. The Wild Hunt are your tag team unified champions. Tenero got a 70, the Barbarian a 59, Aeroflash a 40, and Thunder Liger a 59. That's one of the best tag matches we've ever done. That's fantastic. Well, first, one of the best tag matches inside the tag division we've ever done. That's amazing. And we have new tag team champions in the semifinals once again and beating Aeroflash once again. Man must hate this tournament. We then go to a fairly random match that probably should be on the pre-show, which was Rick Rude with a 60 again. He's doing really well, better than I think we really expected from him. And he defeats Tito Santana. Good chemistry helps lift the match as well. And it is a 46-second rating, which is not masterful, but it's done enough. And then, in a far better promo than I expected, El Hijo del Santo gives a rundown of his history around the world. He was a champion in WWF. In the NWA, he was a cruiserweight champion, and then he held down a world title in Mexico for over a year at just 18 years old. Just like his old man, El Hijo del Santo is the greatest gift to Lucha Libre, and he holds that responsibility with utmost respect. And on the weekend, he will prove it when he tears that obnoxious asshole to pieces. Santo and Rick Rude are both ready for a massive clash over the Great Lakes Championship. I'm trying to tell more stories of the Great Lakes Championship. I'm trying to use it as a bit of a jumping off pad, more than it kind of has been for the last year. Bit more than just random matches. Try to make it feel a bit more intentional. Ignore the random Tully Blanchard match for no apparent reason. But yeah, Santo and Rick Rude going head to head. We then have a slightly worse match between Sudden Impact and the Rock and Roll Express because they've been pinged for it being their 4th time. And they still got a 60. That says a lot, I think, with how good these two are as opponents. And in fact, we cannot run these guys facing each other for like another 6 months probably. Either way, Sudden Impact have defeated the Rock and Roll Express when Brad Armstrong pinned Ricky Morton with the Lightning Express. Sudden Impact are into the final. Brad Armstrong and Jim Brunzell taking on the Wild Hunt for the tag team titles in the finals. This should be a fun one. Who is going to walk up the gold? Who's going to walk up with the Final Impact Tag Team Tournament? And then another match for the sake of a match, really. Rick Martel defeats Rick Steiner by submission with the Boston Crab, as Rick Martel is looking to get himself back in the winning pages, I would assume. He gets a 75. Rick Steiner gets a 45. And they overall put together a 70 rated segment. Again, really, really good today. Every match has kind of felt like it just lands and does its job. As we then get to our final match on the card. If it will load. It's a 77 rated trios match between the Firefly, Bret Hart, Randy Savage taking on Terry Funk and more pieces of the Wild Hunt. Stan Hansen, Kurt Hennig sent their attack dogs, but they couldn't get the job done. Randy Savage pins Haku with the flying elbow drop. Savage a 74, the Firefly a 48 because it's a brawling match and he sucks at those. Bret Hart 69 because it's a brawling match and he kind of sucks at those. 52 for Samu though. Still lower than the Barbarian Engineer. He has been relegated to 4th member in his own group. A group that was built around Samu. That's depressing. Haku with 44 and Terry Funk with an 81. Very good by Terry Funk. 77 rated match. If we go to our final little promo bit of the night. Kurt Hennig and Ricky Steamboat are finally in the ring crossing each other. Kurt reminds Ricky he's only been here for a few months. He still doesn't have the experience or mastery to be a world champion. Ricky got lucky with all the real contenders being busy fighting themselves. And he got a pity chance. And he gets to go one-on-one with the most perfect wrestler alive. You can bring all the fire and passion in the world this weekend, but it won't change the fact that I don't even need to break a sweat to beat you. Kurt goes to hand over the mic to Ricky Steamboat, but attacks Ricky with it instead, beating him until he starts to bleed. 69 rating is a very nice way to close out the episode. 74 overall, I would have thought might be a little bit better than that, but that is good enough. And so we've made another 45k, which is actually weirdly low, it feels, for what I was expecting to make on this show. Gain popularity all across America. And that is going to be that. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode. Coming up, next episode, probably next week. I don't have any reason to not put out an episode next week, but pure laziness. We will have our 5-match March of Contenders card for you. El Hijo del Santo taking on Rick Rude. The tag match of Randy Savage and the Firefly taking on Roddy Piper and Stan Hansen. Kurt Hennig takes on Ricky Steamboat. Sudden Impact take on the Wild Hunt. And last but definitely not least, Terry Funk and Bret Hart going 1-on-1. And depending on the network lets me do it, it will be inside of a steel cage. So I will see you all, hopefully in the very near future. Like, subscribe, all the YouTube things. Until then, Firefly out. Take care.